What is the biggest hurdle that Romo's going to have?
Where to look? As a quarterback, you know what you're doing. You're reading your keys, but are you looking for different things that are going to set up the next replay? How do you communicate what you're seeing and make sure that the production truck is seeing the same thing that you're seeing so the replay comes up? Because if you wait 2, 3, 4 seconds, you're not going to get the best replays to explain what happened on a play. So do you have great football people in your truck? Do you have a great set of eyes? And are you looking for the same thing? That's one of the magic things of John Gruden and Jay Rothman, who produced Monday Night with us, or now that I was around them this year and saw them work, Chris Collinsworth and Fred Godelli is the Sunday Night Football producer. They know what they're looking for. They see the game in similar ways. So when Chris is looking for something, or Freddie's great knowledge of football as the producer for almost a quarter century of primetime network coverage, those guys know what they're seeing, and that right replay comes up right away. That's a huge difference maker, and that's where that biggest learning curve comes with an analyst and a play-by-play and a producer. Excuse me.
And also, I've tried to tell people that when you tell a coach or a former player, hey, speak for 25 seconds, they have no idea what 25 seconds is because they've never been measured in sound bites, like how long you can go and not go. Now, all of a sudden, you're in the booth or even a studio analyst, and somebody says you got 15 seconds. Then all of a sudden, you better get to the point and do it in a way that everybody understands it and then get out.
Right.
I find that really difficult for these guys.
And you've seen it with analysts that you've worked with in the studio, and I think in the game environment with the crowd going, statistician over there, a spotter over there, play-by-play guy, producer in your ear, trying to draw with the telestrator, all that stuff, that just becomes even more difficult because you're trying to say it in a short soundbite. I will say this, Dan. I spoke to Tony, and we spent some time together Super Bowl week, and I knew that he was considering this. I think he'll really do well. There are very few people who I think could jump right into a number one chair. And over the course of the year, you're not going to judge him in the first week. We all get better as we go. I think Tony will do really well. Jim's obviously one of the most comfortable people you could ever work with and very friendly, so that'll be easy for them. And Tony is uniquely qualified because he's been the Cowboys quarterback. So do you think criticism on Twitter is going to really bother him at this point? I mean, the guy's had everything, including who he was dating and what that date was wearing in a suite watching a game. He's had that criticized. So he's going to be fine with all that stuff. He's smart, telegenic, well-spoken, knows how to handle the media. I think he will do just fine. It's tough. It's not going to be easy, but I think at the end of the day it'll work out just fine.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.